Have you ever had pain in one area, like your quad or shoulder or knee, but no matter what you do, stretching, foam rolling, or massaging it, it just won't go away? What if I told you that your pain might not even be coming from that body part? There's new research called the Exposed study that proves what we see every day in our clinic. Pain is often referred from somewhere else. Today I'm going to show you the research, a real-life story of one of our clients, and how to find the true source of the pain that can completely change your recovery. Here's the problem. Everyone treats the pain site. Most people, even many healthcare providers, focus on where it hurts, not why it hurts. Here's a common scenario. You have quad pain. You want to stretch it, you want to roll it, you want to massage it, maybe dry needling it, but nothing changes. This happens because the problem isn't always where the tissue hurts. Up to 70% of musculoskeletal pain can be referred from another region. Here's what the Exposed research study showed. The percentage of extremity issues that actually come from the spine. So the hip, 71% comes from the spine. Knee, 25.6%. Ankle and foot, 29.2%. Shoulder, 47.6%. Elbow, 44%. Wrist and hand, 38.5%. Overall, 43.5% of people that had pain that referred into their extremities, their arms and their legs, it was coming from their spine. And this is a population of about 322 people that were actually in this study. So if someone's not ruling out your spine when you have elbow pain, a knee pain, or a shoulder pain, you could be missing the boat. We see scenarios like this all the time. We have our clients ask us, but my quad hurts, so should I roll my quad out? Even though we just went and solved his back issue that was referring pain into his quad. And so no, you're just, when you get pain that refers into an area, whether it be your hip, your quad, your leg, whatever, when you have pain in that area, the muscle's gonna tense up and protect. But if you go and you roll that out, that's all well and good, but you're not fixing why the pain's there to begin with. And if you take the pain away from that area, the tissue will literally go, the tightness will go away almost instantly. There can be trigger points that we can use as baselines, and they literally will go away like this when we get to the source of the problem. And so we always have to rule out the spine. And if you're going to physical therapy or a doctor's office and they're only looking at the site of it and they're not going to okay, let's go figure out where this is coming from. There's so many sources to problems. I can tell you back pain. You can have sources that come from the ribs. You can have sources that come from the back. You can have sources that come from the front, from adhesions and scarring in the front. You can have sources that come from the hip. There's so many different sources, but you have to rule out the spine first because the spine refers into extremities all the time. So when you have someone and we're evaluating them and we're realizing, wow, this is acting like a back issue, let's go and rule out the back and see, and we do, and then all of a sudden the pain in that quad goes away or starts to go away. No, we don't want to roll it. Now, if you have things like a chronic type pain, you can have pain that's been referred into areas for a long period of time, and then because the tissue has been protecting for so long, it's shortened. So yes, there are times when we need to go and release some of that tightness, but we have to figure out where's it coming from, and we have to solve that first before we can even go into the tissue. Otherwise, you could be just rolling out a tissue that you're just inflaming because you're hitting it so much, but you're not taking care of why it's happening. Now, there's two ways things get referred in. You have things that are referred into areas because of a nerve. A nerve can be pinched, and nerves can create all sorts of weird, interesting symptoms like itching and pain and numbness and tingling and just a lot of weird symptoms that can happen when a nerve is compressed. But you also can get things where you have structures that are injured. And when you have structures that are injured, then what happens is that structure can refer pain in different areas. So that's why we can work on literally, we had someone in just today, and we were working on stuff through their stomach because we're like, man, there's just so many adhesions through there. And we could hit a spot that referred pain into her spine. And that's where it's referring to. That's where that particular tissue that is stuck is referring into her spine. And so you have structures and they can refer into different parts of the body, but if you don't solve where it's coming from, you are missing the boat. So you solve the problem and all the secondary issues that are happening will start going away. But you have to get to someone that understands and that can put all the pieces together for you. You can't outstretch a problem coming from the spine. So if you aren't having people rule out the spine, then you probably are missing the boat. You probably are not going to get the solution that you need. You need someone that has a step-by-step kind of process to rule things in and rule things out to help you understand what is going on. It's also one of the reasons why when people start hurting and they've had chronic pain for a while, and let's just say they're in their 40s, they're like starting to think, oh my gosh, what's going to happen when I get to my 60s? We can solve this problem for you. You can feel great when you're in your 60s. It's also why when we have people that are in their 60s and 70s and no one's ever really solved their problem, they start feeling like they're back in their 40s again. It happens. That's what we do. That's what we specialize in. We specialize in helping you feel your best as you age, and don't take answers that it's not possible, because it is possible. We see it all the time in our office. So back to your question. Is your healthcare provider working in the right body part? Are they putting the pieces of the puzzle together or just treating the pain? If you've been chasing pain, not getting results, it's time to get evaluated by someone who looks at the whole body and finds the source, not just the symptom. So comment below where your pain is. I might have a future video on your body part next. And if you're in the Dallas area and you want to see how we can fix your problem and get a real solution to your pain, check out the link below and schedule a discovery visit at mPowerphysicaltherapy. And don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, share this video with someone who's been foam rolling the same muscle for months and no change. They need to hear this message.